This is how Tuesday's crunch Brexit vote will play out, and what happens if May loses. It's the story that will dominate the news next week the moment MPs finally cast their vote on Theresa May's Brexit deal, determining the direction the UK will take as it leaves the EU. Will the threat of no deal scare enough MPs into backing Theresa May and her controversial backstop? Or will the European research group, a collection of ardent Brexiteers passionately opposed to the PMS deal, be able to gather up enough support to topple the plan? One way or another, it's what we're all going to be talking about. But how will the week actually pan out? After a grueling 5 days of parliamentary debate on May's Brexit deal, Tuesday evening will see MPs finally given the chance to decide whether to back the PMS proposal on how the UK should leave the EU. The so-called meaningful vote comes a month later than originally expected after it was shelved by May back in December, who admitted at the time that her deal would have been rejected by a significant margin. So the moment that MPs file into the Commons division lobbies will be a huge one for the PM. Has she done enough to convince MPs, including those in her own party, to back the Chequers deal? It won't take long to find out. As little as 15 minutes later, after MPs have had their names recorded and counted by Commons officials, Speaker John Bercow will announce the result. Here's where things get really interesting. If May has remarkably managed to whip up a majority for her deal, the UK will leave the EU under the terms negotiated by the Prime Minister and her team, including the divisive Irish border backstop, as long as it is passed by the European Parliament and Council. If she hasn't, things get a bit more complicated. On Wednesday night, the government suffered a significant defeat in the Commons after rebel Tory MPs joined forces with Labour to push through an amendment, which means May will have just 3 sitting days to come back to the House with a new Brexit plan, instead of the previously agreed 21. The amendment put forward by Tory MP Dominic Grieve in a bid to avoid a no-deal Brexit will give MPs the chance to vote on alternative Brexit plans, including a second referendum, a managed no-deal or a Norway Plus option. If a new deal is agreed by Parliament, the government could go back to Brussels in an attempt to renegotiate a deal. But, given the fact that Brexit Day March 29 is just weeks away, this would probably lead to an extension of Article 50. Finally, if May loses the Brexit vote, Labour could trigger a no-confidence vote in the government, with Jeremy Corbyn announcing on Thursday it would trigger such a motion. At the moment, we judge it to have the best chance of success. If MPs determine they have no confidence in the government,